Word, son. What do you do, YouTube? It's your boy, Jay Devon. Alright, man, before we get into this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread the links, because you know how I do. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, man, so Season 3 just dropped not too long ago. As of today, as you're watching this video, Season 3 has just officially dropped. And they added a plethora of new stuff. I'm trying not to talk so ghetto. but they dropped a plethora of new stuff, man. Some things I nerfed, some things I buffed. But I really want to talk about this one thing that's really been bugging the ever-living hell out of me. Raven, Infinity Ward, whoever's in charge of the playlist, whatever, whoever's in charge of that, you guys don't support hardcore enough. And it bothers me because as much as that was one of the most requested modes that finally came back, you had zero support for it. And I hate that. I really do. So let's go back. Let's rewind ahead of time for a quick second. So in every Call of Duty that came out up to this point, always had a core and hardcore side. Now, for the longest, I was always a core person. I was like, nah, I don't play hardcore. Nah, I don't play hardcore. You die too fast. Then I started, I guess you can say, my skill got a little better. So I was like, let's go play hardcore. I ain't got to worry about all the hit markers and blah, 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 blah. So hardcore became my thing along with core. But eventually, I kind of got spoiled with hardcore, and I don't even play core now. You know what I mean? So all the way up to this Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 right here, you guys decided to take out hardcore and say, okay, well, we're going to do something called Tier 1. Y'all try to say it was just like hardcore, same exact thing. You don't have any HUD, you don't have any this, you don't have any that, yada, yada, yada. So I was, all right, that sounds good. We'll see what it does. I get in here, and mind you, coming off of Modern Warfare 19, I remember it being one of the modes where I could just go around with a pistol all day long and just one tap folks. It wasn't that hard to do. Now we go to Modern Warfare 2, the next one up from 19, and I'm looking and I'm just like, wait a minute, this isn't, okay, so it's a one-shot headshot, but everything else is regular hit markers to the body as if it's in core. So what the hell is this? Unbeknownst to me, you guys try to slide realism mode in there from Modern Warfare 19 and pass it off as hardcore. And people try to tell me until they were blue in the face that was hardcore mode, and it wasn't. If you knew, it was realism from Modern Warfare 19. It was a realism mode. So, raise a big funk about that. So then we go in there and we say, no, we want hardcore. So eventually they ended up backtracking on that. And they said, okay, in the upcoming updates or whatever, we're going to bring back hardcore. Cool, no problem. I think it was one of the new seasons that came out or one of the reloaded seasons, whatever the case was. So they bring it back, and when they finally bring hardcore back, I realized that not only was it finally refreshing to play hardcore, but you guys didn't offer any support. Y'all did it maybe once or twice. I can count on one hand how many times you might have added support or have probably did a playlist update and had something to do with hardcore. But I can count on one hand how many times you guys have done that. And I have yet to see you guys ever support hardcore. A highly requested mode that finally comes back at the fans' request or at the community's request. You guys can't even oblige to make sure that on the next playlist update, if you got Himmelmat or the next two, like the new maps that just came out too long ago, you can't even offer a hardcore side for that. The close quarters playlist, you couldn't even do a hardcore side for that. That's what most people like to do, play in close quarters. You can't even do a hardcore side for that. So it's stuff like this that makes me seem like you guys don't care enough to listen to the community only if it's going to benefit you guys in some way. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like you guys don't care enough to listen, and then when y'all do listen, it's like, okay, well, we're going to do it our way. So it's either our way or the highway. What you going to do? That's what it seems like to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for hardcore to be out, right? You can go and load up hardcore. I mean, not hardcore. You can go and load up Modern Warfare 2 right now, right? Go look at how many modes there are inside of core. We got Dom, TDM, Search and Destroy, Knockout, Prisoner Rescue, whatever, right? I count maybe at least between 10 and maybe 16 different modes you can play in core. And that may be or may not be including the playlist that they have on the outside of that. You go to hardcore, and there's only 8 modes that you can play in hardcore. And that's excluding, or they don't even include the core playlist that they have in there in the hardcore. They don't even factor those in. They really don't. There's only 8 modes inside of hardcore. They don't even update the playlist to make it to where the same modes they put in for core, there's not any for the same ones that are in core, there aren't any inside of hardcore. That's a problem to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I said that DICE was a better community, or was a better developer, or they listened better versus, I don't know if it's Raven or Infinity War. Y'all correct me in the comment section, whoever it is that's in charge of that. But when I threw up DICE in the conversation, a lot of it fell on deaf ears. Like, that video got no views, and which is no problem. But I see how people won't admit the fact that even though 2042 had a bad launch the way that it did, people will not admit how they listen to the community. Because if you go play it now, a lot of the stuff that the community requested, they have it now. I played 2042 just last night and the night before last. Not gonna lie to y'all, it feels better. It feels like a better game than what it was before. I understand that people want to play it right now and right then, but again, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these video games do not come out like they're supposed to. You understand what I'm saying? So you do as you will with that. You just gotta have the patience and sit down and rock with it until it finally gets to where it need to be. Go play something else if you need to until it gets right. But you know, I was rocking with Battlefield because, again, I understand how it worked. Battlefield 3 wasn't the best when it first came out. It took a while before people started saying, oh yeah, this is the best Battlefield. Same thing with Battlefield 4. I remember what Battlefield 4 was. I remember it used to freeze on me all the damn time. Same thing with Battlefield 5, and the list goes on. I get it. I understand how it works. So I wasn't trashing it, even though it's a little bit dry at launch, but I wasn't trashing it because I know that, okay, this is what it's going to have to be until they finally get their act together. And I wasn't trashing it until, I wasn't going to trash it until it actually came together. And even then, when they finally came together, I said, cool. You know what I mean? So I held my tongue. I didn't judge them. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let them get their stuff together. Then I'll come back when they finally get it back right. And lo and behold, 2042 is finally worth playing now. You know what I mean? So going back to Modern Warfare 2, I don't know what this community, or I don't know what the I don't want to say leader of the community, owner, I don't know, but whoever's running these playlists, you gotta ask support for both sides. It's not just core. I understand that you got a lot of people that play core, but you have a handful of people that also play hardcore as well. So you have to add support on both sides. How do you bring back hardcore but you don't support it fully? That makes no sense. And stuff like that is what's pushing me further and further away from Call of Duty each time. I promise you. If it's not the little small stuff that they changed that didn't need to be changed, it's little stuff like that. Because you'll add shipment, or you'll add shoot house, or you'll add these modes that we all want, and then next week all of a sudden now it's taken out. Every time a new season drops, you always do like a 24/7 playlist of that map. You always do it every single time. And again, it's always core. It's never hardcore. Even if I do want to play hardcore on that map, I have to hope that if I play in hardcore, that it falls into that rotation. Because if not, I'll be searching forever. And that's not cool, man. That's not how you run a community. That's not how you listen to your fellow community members of Call of Duty. That's not how you do it. That's just not how you do it. You put a poll out asking people what they wanted, and they told you what they wanted. But yet you won't listen fully and give support all around and give people other options to play the game. That's my biggest problem with this entire community, this entire company, this Call of Duty, just in general. You don't listen. That's my biggest gripe, bro. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm going to get up out of here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share the word, spread links, because you know how I do. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Divine, and I'm signing out. Peace.